music, literally.
It's difficult to explain. It's the same pleasure that when you make art.
Just a bit, we're going to meet a man who makes medieval stringed instruments. He's a luthier. I'm Mike Randall. I'll have that story coming up.
All right, thank you, Natalie. Also tonight, here's our man, Mike Randall. Went out to do a story about someone who makes unique stringed instruments, and it ended up being a story about love.
In medieval times, they played some pretty wild string instruments. Daniel Yost knows all about those instruments because he makes them from scratch. You probably wonder why.
It's difficult to explain. It's the same pleasure that when you make art.
Besides lutes and lyres and old-fashioned guitars, he turned out one of these. It's called a theorbo.
Theorbo is around $8,000.
And how long does it take to make one of those?
Oh, this is a good question. It's around 300 hours.
Daniel learned the trade in his home country of Argentina, moved here 6 years ago, and just became an American citizen.
Really, the best decision that I make in my life.
If you thought this was just a story about a luthier who makes some amazing instruments that have been rarely seen or heard in hundreds of years, hang on. It's also a love story.
And he even carved these beautiful roses in the side because he knows I love roses, and he loves me.
Suzanne Fatta is a singer who needed an instrument. She found Danielle online, and one thing led to another.
And just as, you know, we got to know each other through the messaging and FaceTiming, and, you know, we fell in love.
I just love this story. You went looking for a lyre, and you
Found a man. And he's not a liar.
You can still find Daniel Yost, the luthier, on Facebook. Every piece is a work of art, and this one is absolutely beautiful. But the really tricky part is trying to play it. Danielle and Suzanne are part of a three-piece medieval music group. Because after all, Danielle's amazing string instruments that look like they came out of a time machine or a museum are made to be played.
Green sleeves was all my joy.
Mike Randall, 7 News, Buffalo.
What a beautiful talent. Wow.
Que dulcemente suena entre estos verdos sauces, animada diorba ruiseñor, invidia de las aves, invidia de las aves. Sus quiebros son suspiros y endechas sus compases, ya que en su triste suerte sonó el